Good plays, bad plays. Catch you in the fall. OniviaLPLhighlights got them all. Every moment, every fight. OniviaLPLhighlights keep the fire alive.
Kind of like some early skirmishes, which mean you kind of get that opening for both of them all the same. Dragon over to TT. Positioning like this, particularly as the and here comes the teleport. They could just get corralled here.
Feather flashes forwards and birds of a feather will flash away from hooks together. Still gonna go down though because Hoya ate a bird. He's a giant scorpion and they just eviscerate the Xayah.
The next hook coming in from Feather could actually be really dangerous despite him also having low HP. All he needs to do is hit the hook.
Feather's dead, unfortunately, because they just solar flare him. They knew what was going on.
Turns out the Bermuda Triangle has moved. The extra ward was there. Feather goes
Kraken Slayer and picked up the Swifties early, so even the slows from Skarner aren't gonna bother him at all.
Now, would you want him in like Udyr versus Rek'Sai meta or something like that? Less so, right? Shear's play around it. Shear's in the area though, teleporting in with Hoya.
Flashes back up, missing. Lands a solar flare sort of onto beige one, but the Herald goes down in such short order. And TT, that is a bit of Safari League of Legends.
It is. They couldn't get that hook. Missing outsteps it. Now Missing doesn't have flash. He doesn't have solar flare. Feather's looking for the next hook and catches Kanavi.
That could be huge. Damage back is big, but he gets to flash away. And Yukal doesn't press R. They take a second.
Yeah. My active listening is apparently also not. And I was looking across some other things. But yeah.
You're not paying attention to me.
So anyway, he's got 4 Dark Harvest stacks, and he's going to be pushing into the mid lane. Herald comes through. I don't really think Kanavi should be the one piloting that, but he's going to be safe behind his minions. Easy tower take. He has 4. They have 4 grubs on top of that too. JDG, they push in. They have all outer towers taken. They are so far ahead of the game. They're teleporting, but this might be last chance saloon.
They're going to make a big play here. Beidwan flashing for the stun, and the ultimate comes on through Yagao very low. There will still be a Fate Seal available. Ruler yet to press the R button. They have killed off one of the key carries. Hoya now here onto Missing. 1 extend to the backline. Cannot get the isolated Q, but Kanavi still dies. Karthus dead as well. They get 2.
They get 2. Is this going to be enough? Does he have another shield? He does, and that will keep him.
Flashes,
particularly on beige one. That's the important one.
Hoya off vision here. Could be difficult. Feather flashes in, gets the knockup. Kanavi low. Big kill. It's a 1-for-1, but the critical members are down. But Dragon secured. Impale afterwards. Yukal. Monster play. They get 3.
Get 3, and they get the Dragon. So
one last auto. Get Sheer. Yagao flashing out from a Pillar of Flame survives, but that's another kill.
Yagao burns the flash to live, but he does get that kill on the other side, and in a few minutes, really disrespected what the Blitzcrank and the follow-up can do. TT get themselves quite far, and they got that Fog of War. Let's see how they can approach this.
Some scary items on Thunder Talk. 2 items apiece means this could get scary.
Oh,
for the steal! It ain't slow anymore, but it is a bad horror movie for JDG. Oh, Killer Bean had it right. Just mess them up. Thunder Talk. Walk the walk alongside that dog. I think you keep it going.
Sometimes I think you can manifest a bad scenario. JDG, it has come right out of their top drawer of nightmares. It is 4 dead. It is a Baron stolen, and Thunder comes before for JDG. The Valkyrie gets cancelled by Feather, so Yagao's caught in the pit. Beitron goes in for a huge 1,000 gold power play so far. Sheer does have ults. They're going to start really trying to play around the globals.
Oh, Sheer, he's in so much danger. The Zenith Blade was short, and that passive coming on through, but a flash for a Q3 will at least make this a 1-for-1.
Now, TT, they've called down the reinforcements. They're not cross-mapping. They're going straight to the scene of the crime.
They're going to come on down. They are corralling JDG. There's 3 members versus 4. Another hook! They just doesn't miss. Hoya lands an Impale. It's only on to Missing. Yagao needs to run away. But unfortunately, you're not on a mountainside. You can't keep climbing that one, goat. He's going down. Hoya claims that one. Skarner stings a little bit too deep.
Possible moment. TT, who are currently 0-3 in this group, very much at the bottom of the barrel, against the undefeated 6-0 in games JDG, might just be able to put them to the sword.
And this was after a draft we went, how can you do this? How can you give Sheer, the TF, such a potent mid-jungle ruler on his legendary Xayah? Well, apparently, they saw something we didn't. They came in with the belief, a bit of swagger, and they played
means
them.
that the Bermuda Triangle has changed allegiances. TT, they have the vision control. See JDG trying to come through mid lane. Baron being rushed. JDG, how do they even engage onto this?
There's a flash from Kanavi. The last Baron was a steal. He might be able to get on in. He's going to be able to get in there. Doesn't get it down, though. It's well comboed. It's a 1 for none as it stands. Damage back pretty huge. Do get 2, though, as the Acathian rain comes pouring on in. Acidic as all get out. Turns out when you add a little bit of void to water, it melts people.
And with the kills coming down,
I don't know whether he got CC'd or silenced or anything, because of course Blitzcrank can just press R. So maybe that would have stopped the spike press, but
so JDG, they are now playing very much in their own base against vision control. Feather has a vision pocket and catches missing. Not the target you really want, but you have Elder.
Elder, and that's the front line dead.
And that's the one person which can tank the hook. I guess they can't anymore. Elder, Baron might just enter the lead to the end of this game.
How on earth do you clear the waves now? Flash for a hook only gets the Valkyrie. For once, Feather is wide. How rare has that been this game? Yugao hit though, and that means with the Elder buffer and a Cathian Rain! 1xN gets another. They keep on going. Yukal to the back of the Nexus, claims Karthus. Ruler chunked out the Xayah again, unable to contribute. Thunder Talk Gaming defeat the undefeated 0-3 versus 3-0. 6-0 game score means nothing. They are the champions of game 1, and it's gotta feel good.
Oh, JDG felt like they had the game in their hands, but they just couldn't deal with TT at that Baron, and the game fell apart. They had early leads. They had a composition which looked like it played itself around side lanes. And they couldn't... For an X-Cube? No, he will not. So Sheer, 2 kills in a 1v2.
I've got to see that again, because I'm assuming Base One flashed for a Q and it just didn't go up because he was quick enough on the stun.
I think he flashed just to make sure that Sheer couldn't get out of range. That's why he was doing it, but he just didn't respect the damage. Sheer ults him under turret. That's going to leave, what should have been the strong side of the map from TT being a weak side. Another one. And it's going to be 3 grubs going after JDG. Baytron will get out onto the map and take Dragon, but that gold over to Sheer is exactly what they didn't want to happen.
Pretty disastrous.
I
think it interrupted 2 Q casts from Lilia as well. She didn't get to press Q.
You actually can't cancel the Lilia Q. So once you press
supposed to go.
So normally, your jungler coming to top lane shouldn't add insult to injury. It has this time. Yugao holding Yukal to account as well. He's trying his best on the Jace to get himself good trace, but yeah, manages to get that buster shot before Yukal can get that hammer strike away. And suddenly, actually, it's flipped around because Sheer 1v2s and missing just dies to a random face check. We've switched where our attention is.
And now, of course, you're looking at 1xN who's already got himself a Dirk, gets to go back again, pick up a little bit more gold. He's actually going to pick up that tier and a Rectrix. He's doing very happily in this lane now.
So, JDG, in terms of the objectives, JDG pretty happy right now.
Be doable. Still, 2,000 gold, 1.5 towards JDG.
Down a significant amount of gold, and the objectives we were just saying doesn't have to be in anything. If TT can find themselves again another miracle team fight, he gets absolutely wailed on, but the Rel just about tanky enough. TT are going to stop the Herald being taken at first, but I mean, Kanavi can go over and solo that all the same. TT, I think this is a really good example. Go back to game 1 and see how this Herald and the grub fights happened with the terrain, with JDG having their backs against the wall, as opposed to this one, but they can actually retreat much more effectively. I think Geography might be JDG's flash engage, but has been picked off so much in LPL Summer so far, particularly by stuff like the Varus. Varus is about to get his ult back up, so it's not like TT don't have playmaking tools. Good buffer.
Ooh, great buffer. The headbutt landed, but the pulverize was excellently timed out by Yugao with that rocket jump. Could still be in danger here though because he's used it now.
While JDG hold the rest of the team in at bay in mid lane. We've got solo laners trading turrets. Hoya's going to take that top lane out, which will be some good gold for him. He's 2,000 gold behind. He needs that gold, whereas Yugao going to increase his own lead by continuing to push in their bot. So Herald, they've got themselves a dragon advantage. Objectives very much in favor of JDG so far. In a minute, we're going to have Baron. That'll be the next one up on the table.
So forwards. It turns out he might be more like a bunny rabbit.
And he's very happy with the timing of his jumps. I loved how he got that jump midway through the air. He gets the reset because the kill comes down from Ruler's ult onto that first target, and he just keeps going forwards. TT, they needed a big fight at some point. They've been losing in the objectives. They've been trying to play now around the side lanes, and Feather just goes way too far. Yeah, you get the Lilia ult forwards, but Feather, who had a fantastic game on the Blitzcrank in game 1, really struggling to have that same kind of killer instinct in the second TT one. Used a teleport, they used a couple of ults, so even though they get the one kill, I don't even think they can force this that hard.
They've got to wait. That's an inhibitor gone. At least TT feel this is the moment. They're going to try.
Okay, so Kanavi, watch out for him. Hoya has flash. Might be able to get on top of him. Baron is slowly being burned.
They're going to try and play this. This has got to be their bigger moment. Ruler, cleanse, goes down. That's a big kill. Sheer, still desperately tanky, though. And all the while, Yagao has yet to come on over. Baron's still going down, but the HP bars are so low.
Feather manages to get behind Ruler. He manages to get another combo. He's going to die for this. But can they get the Baron while it's happening?
They're going to try and keep buying some time. They're going to go over onto Kanavi, who needs to get away. Gets a kill, and Kanavi just burns him alive. He's still going.
And while it's happening, Yagao is killing the base in 2 days. We have 2 games with our backdoor shenanigans. TT fail around the Baron, and they'll lose their Nexus to bring it to game 3.
It was a risky call, but I know it looks silly. I understand why you're losing the game slowly. This was maybe your opportunity to win. It doesn't matter. Yagao shoves through mid, the Baron play fails, and Thunder Talk collapse under the weight of their very risky plan.
Oh man, TT, they had themselves a heroic comeback in game 1 around the Baron. Not to be the same in game 2. They fell too far behind, and despite a really good pick onto Ruler at the second part of that Baron 2, Feather managed to get himself a headbutt from out of vision. It's just not enough. And JDG, they were definitely slapped in game 1, woken up a little bit in game 2.
That was a lot more like what I'd come to expect from them, I think it's fair to say. Still, we are now in a position where we still have to go to a game 3.
As you said, headed towards that top side where he has the push. Sheer is alone on this top side. Gold card's been used. He's very low. It's going to be a Dark Harvest stack, at least with H1.
There is a teleport from Yagao, but I don't know whether they're going to be willing to do it. Holding onto the gold card. Q3 lands. Dark Harvest proc gain, so maybe that's all they care about. The W comes on down. The Wall of Pain is there. Skittles coming on through. Sheer will press Ghost. And Beishwan just out of range. Another gold card. Gonna get another proc. Can't quite get the autos. Will finally secure the kill.
It's a slow dive, but there's just no response. You can see that to be taken by either team. JDG got 2 out of the first grubs, but we haven't seen the double crit. That's a hook and a half.
Fantastic hook. Missing with the headbutt back, but they turn around. Huge fate sealed. Makes it a 1 for none. Back over the wall, and in comes Ruler with that killer instinct. The TF ult is proc, but it's a little too late, and Hoya's now in a 1v4. 1xm finally over, but the Karthus ult might get some more. Not quite enough. The burn is huge, trying to get something onto Kanavi. The cards rather will get up. It's a triple kill to Ruler out of nowhere. Now 1xn's in danger. Trying to get a bit more is missing with the ultimate rolling means 1xn just can't hurt anybody. JDG's health bars are nearly non-existent, but they're all still alive. Pouncing on forwards, the satchel charge not enough to disengage.
The unofficial Ruler walking away with so much gold. That is absolutely not what TT wanted.
Pretty sure missing actually managed to get the level 6 partway through the fight, so it's even more.
That's the Ghost pop too. Where's he going? Where's he going? He's going up towards mid lane.
Okay, this means with Yagao not able to quite join in the health bar pretty low. Missing also exceptionally low. Goes down. Ruler can maybe look to go in. Does already get a kill with the Void Seeker. Over the wall goes Yukal. Now they're going to flying in. Yukal just about alive, but for how much longer? 2 more back the way of JDG. Beishwan trying to get Kanavi, cannot do so. The Primal Surge is so obnoxious. A gold card lands down. Should allow for at least 1 back. Probably with the R. The heal and a Primal Surge keeps him alive away from
series of play from him. Was pretty intelligent. He tries to stop Hoya from getting towards topside as fast as possible, uses his ult to chunk him down and get rid of that flash, and feels like TT ended up just getting a bit ran around more than they would have liked. 5 grubs. This is how it's going to charge in. And if I don't know if that's great walking forward. It's going to go through.
I guess satchel back, but
he's alright. Alright, he's fine. He's fine. It got a little bit close, but while this happening, Yagao took top lane tower earlier after that fracas and goes down, immediately takes bot lane tower afterwards. Yagao side laning well on the One. And again, champion he's not played before. Weirdly, it feels like most mid laners have got at least one game of it around the place so far. It is finally going to be traded for top lane outer turret. First tower of the game from TT. Have to defend their inner turret. They do that with a Zigzal.
They do. Missing comes on down. Yagao going to try and ult onto the pretty tanky front line, but it's just not going to matter. They get the kills, and who needs a minion wave? The damage back is pretty good, though. All the while, TF continuing to shove around. Sheer, though, still here, and that tower's so low, it's not really going to survive for very long at all. Yukel's already burned the flash. Sheer gets to step on forward. Page one hit with a W, which means Kai'Sa can press R and Killer Instinct into the backline, and JDG, it's not looking close anymore.
Hoya sticks in topside. It's a team call. Wait.
Okay, Navi on a flank, looking for a javelin toss. It's just about wide, and actually doesn't need to think about backing away there. Hoya was stepping forwards looking for something. It's a teleport behind. There is. It's Yagao coming on in. This could prove a bit of a difficult moment as Teams of Talk are split apart. Yukal going back towards Yagao. Hoya in an awkward position. Beijuan, now the front line is going to try and die amidst everybody as Yagao cannot prevent the port.
He does end up making sure he's unstoppable for the Nautilus ultimate, though. He should be able to go towards his Baron. This might just be the game after this.
He's got a Hex Flash, and that means he's in behind. He's on a queue of those key members. Ruler presses R, and again the Killer Instincts come on through. A Void Seeker on 1XN. I think we'll be writing a bit of an epitaph on his gravestone. Yagao gets Nautilus. Missing. Will miss the headbutt pulverized, but Yukal now without some options. 1XN tries desperately to at least get something back, but there's just nothing to be found. JDG at this point are toying with him.
Ruler snipes out 1XN at the back end of the fight. Very nearly does the same to Yukal. It will not be the Baron, which ends the game right now, but they're going to get themselves a huge fight in a turret. There's a dragon on the
TT. 7,000 gold down. They have a dream of maybe
Missing.
getting something, but missing is just having none of it. Another fate sealed afterwards. It's onto a relatively tanky front line. But that's Beijuan now. He's dead in front of everybody. This might actually end up being Ruler dying. He will go down. Big shutdown, but the health bars on 1XN is gone. Yukal pulls back away. Another rocket would get a kill. That's pretty good. Yagao goes forward, but stunned up. He's dead. JDG going so deep. Kanavi cannot get the kill. Gets a primal surge. Hoya wants to get more. Pounced on. Does get that kill. Backing away. The javelin toss is there. And it ends up being a 4 for 3.
There was no gold card onto Kanavi. He walks forwards as Hoya ults in, and Kanavi just adds his name to the cleanest team fight, but it was a team fight nonetheless. Going to go towards the dragon, and when the respawns come through, you'd imagine they're just going to rinse, repeat, and look for another shredding this down. Ruler on the Kai'Sa, so strong at killing this.
Going to go down pretty fast. It's going to be a face check required. Beijuan hit with the W from Kai'Sa. Now in danger of being jumped on himself. W comes through again, lands onto Hoya. Another big target. Beijuan just doesn't exist. Into the backline goes Ruler. A cleanse afterwards on 1XN. Again, X marks the spot, but it's just where his body lies. Ruler has had enough of this one. The crown is his, wanting to prove that they might well be the best performing team in the LPL.
JDG, they've had a rough series. Game 1 was an unexpected loss and their first individual game loss of summer 2024. But they end up rallying the troops. Game 2, dominant. Game 3, even more so. Ruler, we've missed his Kai'Sa. Ends up 12, 1, and 10. I don't even think he can improve that score. I don't think the respawns will come through in time. JDG keep themselves a pace at the top of their group.
What a pace it is. There has finally been a blemish on their record. Game 1, a little bit embarrassing, I think, for them from where they were. But still, by far, the better team today. JD Talk. Man.